What's up?
How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. This chapter was I mean, Oda's just in my basement, bro. He's listening to my shit.
Oda's in your basement?
Yeah, dude. The fucking you got through the entire chapter, right?
Yeah, I got through the entire chapter.
Yo, the fucking I literally in my Nolan video, I went back and Gorosei have the power to delete an island, and we might see it later. And
Yeah.
like it's literally right here. Not the Gorosei Eam, like we don't know island got knocked up
Mhm.
and it's gone. And then here we have a reverie and